Hello Virgo. So let's go ahead and get started. I have prayed over the cards, shuffled them, asked that each of you receives at least one message. Today we're going to be using Doreen Virtue's Archangel Power Tarot cards. Also, I'm going to pull one of her angel answer cards at the end. And I have prayed over and shuffled my Sibilas and Lenormands in case there are some clarifiers that we need to do. I'm going to do a little bit of a different spread today. So bear with me as we work through this. Now let me actually make sure you guys can see that. So let's see here. We have the situation, and then we have the foundation, recent past, recommendations, things that they're recommending that you do moving forward, and then potential outcome if you do the things that they are recommending. I keep trying. So those of you that are here for general stuff, I keep trying to bring you some general information that's not love related, but it does appear first glance that this is predominantly love. But let's go ahead and get into it and see what they're saying. So the first card we have, this is the situation. We have King of Michael. And if you can read the top of it, it says principled, rational, ambitious, respected. The bottom says wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity, a situation that calls for honest and open communication. This is a card that talks about speaking your mind confidently, honestly, openly, transparently. It's also talking about using discernment and wisdom and objectivity, but also your emotions. Because sometimes we can get so caught up in the logical side of our brain that we'll shut off of our emotions, and we will emotionally detach from the situation. And for some of you in this situation, your emotions are a key element. Because they're saying some of you, okay, most of you in this situation, you have shut yourself off emotionally. And that's what's causing the blocks. That's what's causing you, keeping you from moving forward. So see how his arms are crossed? So what they're saying is that they have some of you, you're lined up on your path. You see you've got these yellow roses on both sides. They have you lined up on your path, but you're refusing to move forward on your path. He has his arms crossed across his heart. Some of you have had to do some heart healing because they have the caduceus. It almost looks like a caduceus here. It's actually here as well. But some of you have been undergoing heart healing. Some of you have just finished heart healing. Some of you are near the completion of heart healing. But what they're saying is they have brought you to the point of opening your heart, opening up to your emotions, communicating those things, because that is essential for you to move down that. Now it's not a yellow brick road, but it's lined by yellow roses. So this magical path, this magical road, the direction that they're trying to lead you to, your stability, your foundation. You see there's this castle behind him. So they're trying to lead you to your stability, your foundation, your home. Home is where your heart is, but you have to open your heart and trust. They're saying some of you are fearful of opening your heart because you're fearful that it will make you weak. But this is a king. They're saying your ability to open up your heart, and you've got these two doves, your ability to open up your heart is actually your power and will give you the things that you desire, that you've been wanting. But it does require opening up your heart. It does require doing the right thing. And they're saying that doing the right thing is that they've been guiding, so those of you in this situation, they've been guiding you to take action. For some of you, they're saying that you've veered off the path. They're trying to get you back on the right path. But they're saying that you know the right thing to do. You know what they're guiding you to do. You know the signs that they're giving you. You know the direction that they're trying to send you. And you know the actions that they're trying to get you to take, which are the right thing for your situation, the right thing for you, the right thing to help you step into your power, to lead you home, to lead you to the stability, the security, these blessings, these things that you desire, but you're not doing them because they're saying you know what to do. You're standing stubbornly with your arms crossed, refusing to move, refusing to communicate, and it's becoming a hindrance because they're saying you're very, very close. Because they are congratulating you. Those of you in this situation, you have had to do a tremendous amount of healing. You are at the cusp of opening up your heart. You are at the brink of taking that step forward on the path that they're guiding you onto. And that's when things will become magical. You see there's like this glow of like gold around his head. Some of you are also awakening spiritually. So for some of you, this is a spiritual path, a spiritual direction that they're leading you towards, something that's divine, divinely ordained and watched over by the heavens. And And part of your healing has involved going through a spiritual awakening. If you look at old medieval pictures, you know, they would always show the saints, and they would always have these halos glowing around their head. That was to show that they have this connection to the divine. They're connected to God. They're connected to Source. That they are receiving, you know, that divine guidance, that divine help. They're spiritually awakened, which, you know, they're getting these things that help with their journey that not all the populace has. So for some of you, this is spiritual awakening, spiritual evolution is key to this path that they're getting you on. And they're actually saying a number of you have not only had to heal your heart, but you have had to go through the spiritual awakening stuff. But now you're there. Now you're there. They've opened you up. They're trying to lead your actions, trying to send you in the right direction. You know what that is. You're just not taking those steps. For a number of you, they're saying out of fear. But there's nothing to be afraid of. You got these 2 white doves, so it's washed over by the heavens. Okay. Now, the foundation, this is a major arcana. It's number 13, Peace, Archangel Azrael. At the bottom it says, release the past. You guys can read that. Release the past. There is more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. Now you see how he has his arms open. He's open to receiving. This is a major arcana. So when you look at tarot cards, you'll have the minor arcana. Those are, you know, small things, minor things, daily things, the things that we go through in daily life. Then you will have major arcanas. And major arcanas, these are game changers. These are big things. These are also things that are destined. When it comes to life, you know, your daily things, you know, you can do things and shift things with minor arcana to shift, change. But when it comes to the major arcanas, these are typically things that are destined to happen. You can fight it as much as you like, but it's a destined thing. So it's big, it's huge, and if you look at them, it's, you know, it's the difference of trying to decide, okay, well, where am I going to go to dinner tonight, or what are we going to do this weekend, versus, okay, where am I going to live? Who am I going to marry? What, you know, what career am I going to move toward? These are big life-changing things. And this is beautiful because this is saying that, you know, the foundation is of peace. And this card talks about, you know, a great time of transformation, leaving things, situations, people, experience behind you that are no longer serving you, that are not meant for you. It talks about, you know, outgrowing a phase or a situation or a point in your life and being ready to move forward. And how, you know, the time has come for new adventures, because, you know, they were saying for a number of you, you've opened up spiritually. You've gone through a spiritual awakening. You've healed your heart. So you're ready to leave this past behind, which is the foundation. You know what lies ahead of you. So for some of you, you have been given signs and synchronicities about this new adventure, this new life, this new beginning, this higher purpose, this higher calling that you have. And you've had to evolve and go through a lot of transformation to get there. But you've arrived. They're saying it's time to spread your wings. You've got another white dove here with wings spread. You've got Archangel Azrael with wings spread. You've got these doves with the wings spread. Even the caduceus, the wings are spread. They're saying it's time to spread your wings. And a lot of you they're saying a number of you saw this change coming. You knew about this change. A number of you didn't like it. You really fought it. But now that you finally have come to the end of it, it's giving you peace. It's giving you relief. A lot of you are getting relief to your sadness, your sorrow, your depression. And you're now opening up to love, opening up to joy, opening up to these blessings, these gifts that they're bringing for you. Opening up to embracing the new. But it has taken a lot of time, and it has taken a lot of healing. Now, they're saying that some of you, because this is, you know, the foundation, some of you are at the final stages of healing, and part of that healing is the letting go. So you've had to let people go, situations go, careers go, old ways of thinking, old ways of believing, things that, for some of you, you know, spiritual awakening, things that you used to enjoy, things that you used to believe, they no longer resonate with your heart. You no longer resonate with those people, with those environments. You've changed, you've shifted, you've become a better you. You've become more filled with love. There has been a tremendous amount of healing your heart, healing. They're saying for some of you, you've had to heal past hurts in love. So they're congratulating you because a number of you have just had to let a lot of things go. You've had to let people go, relationships go that were not working for you. For a number of you, they weren't working for a very long time, months and years. Some of you have had to let friends go. You've had to let connections go. You've had to let jobs go. You have grown, you've evolved, you've developed, you've opened up, you've had a spiritual awakening. So your beliefs that you used to have, firm foundational beliefs and, are not the same. They've changed, they have shifted, but they are congratulating you on embracing these changes, opening up to them. But they're saying there's still some element of releasing the past. And they're saying for a number of you, it's tied to communication. If you see, he's got this like halo of blue around him, and blue is the color of communications. So for some of you, it's communicating the truth with yourself. Some of you are beating yourself up, because for some of you, this is love related. Some of you are beating yourself up for things that you have done in the past with exes, lovers, potential lovers, partners, and you're beating yourselves up over that. But they're saying for some of you, it's the letting go is letting go of that self-criticism toward yourself. And for some of you, it's letting go of the past. They're saying for some of you, it's past hurts with someone that you are feeling bad, you are feeling guilty about. It's this like last piece of letting go, but they're saying that by communicating with yourself and communicating for some of you with that other person, that will finally release the past, release those hurts. Some of you are feeling that it's unrepairable. Like, oh my gosh, I've done so much wrong that there's no way of going back. There's no way of fixing this. But this does say there's a better future coming. There are good things coming. And there are. But you have to open up for that. You have to open up your heart. You have to open up and communicate. You have to open up communicating externally, communicating with yourself, to coming into a place of peace and trusting. Now, the recent past, we have the card 10 of Raphael. And if you can read the bottom, it says, love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. And you see that there's this couple and the children playing behind them. And this is a card that talks about, all of your dreams coming true, a beautiful outcome, happy ending, a blessed family, a blessed union, relationship that it's loving, it's requited love, it's mutual. It brings you... It's also a card of a lot of hard work having to get here, because if you look, you see the caduceus, which is the health insignia here in the States. So for a lot of you, you've had to undergo a lot of heart healing, but this is the treasure at the end of the rainbow. So you've had to go through all these, after a big long storm, you'll have this beautiful rainbow. It's God's promises of beautiful gifts, blessings. So for a number of you, you've had to let a relationship, they're saying for some of you, you had to let a relationship go in the recent past. That is your happy ending. But you had to let it go because you had to undergo a lot of this healing, this transformation. Because this card does talk about happy partnerships, happy relationships, being with someone that's trustworthy. It really is the card of like happily ever after. Having all of these hopes and dreams with love, romance, family coming to fruition, coming true, within reach. Now, the interesting thing is, because this card is the card that represents the recent past. And to look at the card, you'd think that this means, okay, you've recently met the love of your life, but that's not what they're saying. They're saying that you met the love of your life, but you let him or her go. And they're saying that you had to let them go because there was healing that you both had to undergo. And then as far as the part, hopefully the dogs will settle down. They keep talking about communication. They talk about communication here. Actually, the suit of Michael, Yorkies. The suit of Michael is all about communication. Sorry, I'm going to have to start shutting the front door. But the suit of Michael is all about communication. They were talking about communication here. They were talking about it here with this blue around him. They're talking about it again because they're saying if you look at him and her, she has these blue like bows all around her, but they're like around her throat chakra, and your throat chakra is the color blue. That speaks about communication. They're saying for some of you, she was an open book. She openly communicated, she openly shared, but you did not. They're saying for some of you, you were keeping secrets from her. But this person, they are your happily ever after, but you went separate ways. And the reason was because of some healing that had to occur. But to have the blessing at the end of the rainbow, the communications have to happen. Now, this is the card that talks about recommendations, things to do. You have 6 of Michael, and hopefully you guys can see that without a glare. While I try to read it without a glare. At the bottom it says, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. And this is a card that talks about, you know, being on your way to happier times. Good things are happening. If you see here, it's all stormy and cloudy, and you've got the rocky seas, and over here it's beautiful and sunny with rays of light coming down. It talks about leaving a stressful, painful, emotional situation behind you, embracing changes, embracing the new, moving forward into happy times, shifting plans, changing plans, making new plans, implementing the changes and the actions required for those plans. It also talks about, you know, seeing things objectively, which it was talking about there, and being positive. Now, they're saying for some of you, it's steering the ship in a different direction, steering it into the future. They're pointing out this dog here, and dogs represent loyalty. So they're saying for some of you, you had misguided loyalty. So for some of you, you had a relationship in the past where you had loyalty to her or him, and that was a person that you had to let go of. But you were very loyal to that person, because they're saying for some of you, you kept going back to this person over and over and over, even though you were being guided not to, because they were trying to break you free of that. But you have finally broken free. You finally let that person go. You're no longer loyal to that person. And they're saying that was the misguided loyalty. You were loyal to the wrong person. But they're trying to get you to shift your loyalty to the person that is your future, which is why the dog's moving forward. And they're saying for some of you, it's time to put down your sword. They're saying for some of you, you've had such a turbulent emotional past. They're saying for some of you, you had an ex. Hopefully I didn't mess the camera up too much. For some of you, you had an ex that really, really hurt you. And because of that, they're saying, you know, you met this new person. But because you were so fearful of getting hurt like you had been in the past by an ex-lover, ex-spouse, ex-partner, you have guarded your heart, you've closed up, you've been very defensive, you pushed them away. You've see how he has a sword drawn up in the air like he is ready to do battle? They're saying you don't need to do battle anymore. The battle's over. You're moving into happier times now. But to move into those happier times, it does involve communication. It does involve opening your heart. It does involve putting that sword down. And it does involve placing your loyalty with the person that is deserving of that. That they're saying will also and has been loyal to you. So for some of you, you know who this person is what they're saying, because this person, even though they're saying with some of you, you know this person, you know who this person is, you have been with, but you've not been in a committed marriage with this person, relationship, but you do know who this person is. And you've had turbulent emotional times with them. For some of you, that's the person that you let go of. Before we flip over the potential outcome, let's pull some Sevillas. Let's pull some Sevillas for some clarifiers. Let's do... Just gonna have the clarifiers. Okay. So the first card we have is the Merchant, and this talks about exchange, contracts, agreements. It also talks about contemplation, meditation. See how he's deep in thought in that card. Then we have the Sick Person, and this, you know, for some people, this truly can talk about true physical health problems. And then we have the Lameno. Let's see here. This is the spiritual contract. Well, actually, this card's meaning is just, it really is nuptials. You see, he's holding a ring there, but it talks about a union, a solid bond, an alliance. But it talks of a union, a connection that's of a very high spiritual connection. And this is for the King of Michael. So for some of you, you have this connection with someone. So you have this person. It is a spiritual connection. It is a spiritual bond. It is, for some, it's a divine relationship, a divine marriage. It's something of a level. For some, it could be soulmate, but it's a very, very divine spiritual connection. So for some, this is a twin flame connection. Because in the Bible, it talks about what God has brought together, let no man separate. So for some of you, you have this divine connection. And you've been thinking about it. You've been contemplating. You've been thinking about moving forward with this person, because you see he's looking out over the sea. So for some of you, you're thinking about her, you know, how he's standing here and he's got his arms crossed. He's not wanting to open his heart. He knows the path. He's opened up spiritually. He's had his heart healed. They're trying to guide him forward. So for a number of you, you know the direction to go. You've been thinking about it, but you've been spending so much time thinking that see, he's by himself. So they're saying for a number of you, you have not taken any action on that. You haven't taken a step forward. You haven't communicated. You haven't opened up your heart. Even here, he has his arms crossed over his heart. So since you have not opened up your heart to this divine love, this connection, this person that you're being guided toward, some of you, this is truly making you physically sick. You're sick with worry. You're sick with doubt. For some of you, because it is a spiritual connection and tied to spiritual awakening, it truly has made you physically sick. So you're having flu symptoms. Some of you are having like strep throat problems because lack of communication. But they're saying it's something to worry about because it is a divine connection. Let's move that up. Put these down here. Okay. So we have, this is a card that talks about a joyous heart. There's two cards that talk about celebration. This one talks about celebration of the heart, happiness of the heart. The other card, it talks about, you know, happiness with family or groups or community. But this truly is, it talks about love, happiness of the heart, things that make your heart sing with joy. But then we have the Dilettante. And this is a card that talks about stupid actions, stupid behaviors. It's, you know, it's delirious. See how they're delirious? But it truly does just mean foolish behavior, foolish actions, stupid actions. But then we have the gift of precious stones. This is a gift that's not selfish, like a true gift of love. And this is for the card Peace, trying to get some additional information on the card Peace. So they're saying that this card, also this allegory, is also a card that can talk about distractions, pastime, but things that, you know, make your heart joyful. So for some of you, what they're saying is you had this love. She really did make your heart happy, but you did something foolish. You pushed her away. You had argument. You did something, and you know how earlier they were saying that some of you feel guilty over your actions, guilty over the things that you've done. But you did do something to push her away. And this connection is a gift, because gifts are not always money and treasures and jewelry, but this is a gift of the heart. This is a gift of love. This is an ultimate gift. So this connection with her was a gift. And so for some of you are having a hard time coming to peace because you did something to push her away and end that. And now you're regretting that, because they're saying for some of you now realize that she was a gift. Now you guys can reverse this. I'm going off of what they're telling me and what we're seeing physically in the cards. So this can be reversed. You can have a woman who has pushed a man away that's a divine connection and is sick. So feel free, if this is applicable to your situation, to change the sexes. So now for some of you, know how they were saying this can be a distraction. So for some of you, you know, they were saying some of you had to let someone go. So for some of you, you had to let someone go, and the person wasn't meant for you. But you know who is meant for you, that this treasure. But what you did is you brought in a rebound. So you finally, this person that they were trying to have you let go of for a very long time, you finally released that person, finally let that person go. But instead of going in the direction of the person that you're destined to be with, that your heart, they're saying for a number of you, your heart's longing for you. You keep getting signs to go to that person. Instead of going to her and in her direction, you brought someone else in as a rebound. And you're now realizing what a foolish mistake that was, because that has now pushed away and ended things with the person that you're now realizing was your treasure, was your gift. And you're having a hard time coming to peace with that and how to fix that. Oh, let's see if they'll give us any more information here or there. And pretty soon I'm going to have to shut that front door if the Yorkie does not stop barking. Allie. So this is for 10 of Raphael. Now, let's see here. Okay. So we have this first card. This is worry, trouble, sadness. You see that she's by herself, she's crying. But then we have the prigione. This is, you know, you're the prisoner, being imprisoned. And let's see if I can hold that up so you guys can see it. This is a card, you know, that talks about, you know, not moving forward, constraint, the inability to act, the inability to do something, truly being stuck, imprisoning ourselves. And then we have the child. But this is a card, obviously for some this could be a message truly of a child, but this also talks about a new birth, a new beginning, a fresh start. And this is some clarification on the 10 of Raphael. So for some of you, it really is, they were saying recent past, you had to let this love of a lifetime go. That's what the cards are also saying. So they're saying for some of you, you felt imprisoned to your past. So for some of you, you felt stuck with someone, like an ex-spouse, ex-lover, partner, but someone that you were stuck in a commitment to, or someone that made you feel that you weren't worthy of this relationship. Some of you imprisoned to how you felt from your childhood. So some of the emotions and things, because this was, how they said that this relationship in the recent past that is meant to be, you went in separate ways, you went separate directions because of healing that had to occur. So for some of you, you're imprisoned to your past, to your childhood. For some of you, even like past lives, but things that occurred in your childhood. For many, things that happened with an ex-lover kept you chained, kept you bound, kept you stuck. And so you pushed her away instead of having a new beginning that would have been a blessed new beginning. And for some of you, they're saying, for some of you, this is something tied to a child. Because they're pointing out the children here. There's this little boy and this little girl. And the little girl's really in this bright white shirt. It's not about not wanting to have children. It's, for some of you, they're saying there's something that has to be healed between the two of you about your child. Because if that's healed, that will lead to the new beginning and this happiness that you both desire. See how sad he is and her? But it's the healing. For some, it's healing about the child. For almost all, they're saying there's this healing because of past lovers, past partners, childhood things. But they are saying that has been healed. It's just opening up. Okay. Last one. 6 of Michael. Okay, so we have the Morte. And this is death, abandonment, completion, detaching from a situation, the finality of a situation. And then we have L'Amante. And this is your, lover. This talks about requited love, attention. You see how he's singing a song to her. Then you have La Costanza, and this is, constancy, perseverance, standing firm, immutability. And this is confirmation of the 6 of Michael. And remember, the 6 of Michael is saying that you're at the end of this. Okay, so for some of you, a message has come through. For some of you, you see how, arm in front of it. Okay. See how you have all the storms, and they were saying that for some of you, your loyalty, you were loyal to the wrong person. But by shifting, changing plan, and putting loyalty where it should be, you'll be able to move forward. So for some of you, you were loyal to a lover of the past. And they're saying for some of you, they were trying to get you to move forward with another woman, but you were stuck to your past. But that has ended. So it's shifting your loyalty to the person that you're meant to be with. Now, for some of you, they're saying you already know who this person is, and things did not end on good terms. You see here how you've got part of the post knocked down, things are beat up. So they're saying some of you, because you were so loyal to this past person, you pushed the other person away, the person that you were meant to be with, because of the past. But she has stood firm in her loyalty for you and her love for you. Now she is standing alone. And see how she's very confident. She has this crown, and she's looking straight ahead. She's looking forward. So for some, they're saying that this woman, she has, despite the troubles between the two of you in the past, she has moved forward. She has stepped into her power and her confidence. She has moved on. But they're saying that her love for you is unwavering. And they're saying she's your sunshine. You see how there's like this sun peering through there? They're saying that she's your equal. She's your partner. If you look at traditional tarot cards, there's the Emperor and the Empress. They're saying you're the Emperor and she is your Empress. She is your sunshine. She is your future. And you are finishing, some of you are still finishing up, like disconnecting and ending this stuff from the past. And the other message, they're saying some of you are worried about how you ended things with her because you were stuck to the past. The way that you ended things, like things are beat up and laying on the ground, that you're worried about, since the way you ended things with her, there's not a chance. You think that that's dead and over as well. But it's not. But it does require some work, they're saying, because this is the card that talks about, what to do. You know how they were saying it does require putting down your sword, opening up your heart, shifting your loyalty to the right person, the person who is going to have requited love with you. And also shifting your perspective, because they're saying a lot of you are stuck in fear and doubt, worries, that you're not thinking positively. You don't think that this These trials and tribulations are going to be over. And it's been very emotional. If you look here, you've got the seas are all knocked up. You've got lightning all around. So it's been a painful, trying time. But you are at the end of it. But you have to know that you're at the end of it and have faith in that. And be optimistic and start making plans to move in the right direction. And they're saying you do know what the right direction is. Next reading, we're closing the door. Okay, so if you can do that, if you can move forward, make the plans, shift your loyalty, open up your heart, communicate, then this is the outcome. That's awesome. You know, they were pointing out the sun over here and saying that she's your sun. The sun in traditional tarot talks about blessings, beautiful things. This is a major arcana. It's the sun. And it's number 19. And at the bottom, work around the tripod a little bit. It says, life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. And you see here, there's sunflowers all around. You know, sunflowers are beautiful. They're actually one of the happiest flowers. They actually represent happiness and loyalty and longevity and perfect faith and good luck and magic and blessings and love. And he's coming in on this white horse. So this talks about, you know, life being wonderful, great things heading your way, plans being successful. So if you can put plans together and move forward, they will be successful. And it will lead to a magical time in your life. Things are truly going to turn around. They're saying a lot of you are already receiving a lot of epiphanies, brilliant ideas, suggestions, thoughts to move forward, actions to take. By taking those, your dreams are going to come true. You are going to find happiness. You will find love. For some of you, they're saying that it's going to be a loyal love, a trustworthy love. Because for those of you that were in a relationship where that person was not trustworthy, they were not loyal, they deceived you, they broke your heart, they tore you down. This person is a divine connection. This is your meant to be. They will give you everything that you are giving in return and more. And very rewarding. They're saying that it will be very rewarding for you. But you see, he's riding on this white horse, this magical unicorn, surrounded by light, surrounded by love, surrounded by sunflowers. So that's beautiful. That's good stuff. This is a good reading. Finally, we got a good reading. We don't need any clarifiers on that. Okay, so last thing. Go ahead and think of a question. If there's a question that you still have that was not answered in this reading, think of it. We're going to pull an angel answer card to hopefully answer any question that you have. So, do you have your question? Yes. Now, I'm going to read it because there are actually 2 yeses in this deck of cards. So, hopefully you can see that. So, let me get this book and... Okay, so yes, the answer to your question is yes. If you want a more detailed reply to your query, you can ask additional questions and pull more cards. Bottom of the deck. Okay. Oh, that's funny. They told me to pull the card at the bottom of the deck, and it's another yes. It's the other one. So let's read the other one real quick. I put that down. Okay. And hopefully you guys can see that. She's got the sun in one hand, the moon in the other, and she's connected to God, the divine above her head. So it says, bravo, the decision you've made is the right one. There's no need to continue to sort through additional options. You know what to do, and you should move forward with your plans. You've made the correct choice for your personal growth and development. However, some decisions can be a true challenge. If the task ahead of you is daunting or even sad, then proceed with your plans in a way that is life-affirming and self-loving. Ask your angels to be with you every step of the way, and don't hesitate to call upon friends and family for support. So, that's beautiful. Hopefully that helped all of you, filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessing.